Hi everybody, welcome to Millgap Farms. It is a rainy day here on the farm and kind of foggy too. Beautiful though. The weather's around 50 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be in probably the low teens. So we're going to get out here and do a little work even though it is raining. We're starting off with doing some work on some laterals, and then we've got to cut a tree down. It's right over here. Check it out. Can't get my camera out because I don't want it to get too wet, or wet at all for that matter. But you can see this tree down on the road. I got to cut it off so I can get through and run my lines. It took one line out with it when it went down, and this is going to become firewood. That's a good thing. And it is a maple. So we did lose a maple in this. That kind of stinks. But, you know, we'll get it done and we'll move on. The forest is always changing. You got new trees coming up, you got old trees going out. And in this case, we lost a tree. It happens. So if you're new to the channel, we happen to be Virginia's only organic maple syrup farm. We have alpacas and cattle and sheep, quite a few sheep actually. We have some ducks and chickens. We have some layers. And throughout the warmer months, we raise turkeys, more ducks, and chickens. This time of year, we're up on the mountain getting everything ready for the maple season. That's going to happen here very soon. The thing we need to do is replace drops. We're in our 4th season, and every 3 years we change out our drops completely. And that's what we're doing today. Well, I say today. That's what we've been doing for the last month. It takes a lot of work to get this done. Mainly because the bear problem we have and other squirrels and trees that come down the lines, because we have to fix those before we can put the drops in, and then we can then we do the drops, and then we're ready to tap. Now I'm not sure when we're gonna tap, but I know that's gonna be pretty soon. So come along, let's see if we can have some fun today. It's still raining and been raining all morning. It's not a heavy rain, but definitely steady. At this point, I'm pretty much soaked soaked all the way through. You know, while you're in the woods, you don't know what you're going to encounter. So you always got to bring some extra tools. I knew that I had to take a tree out today, so I brought my big chainsaw to do it. So after a few minutes, I was able to get this done. We still have that big tree on our maple line. So we're going to have to take that off and reposition it. And we're not taking the tree off. We're going to actually cut the line, put a fitting in, and then continue on with our drops. All right, guys, so I got everything ready. Now it's time to get back to work on putting in drops. I've got about four or five more laterals to go, and then the woods, as far as the drops go, will be done. Biscoff cookies. Pretty darn good. I have one more lateral to go. It's right there. And the challenge is that when I'm done putting all my drops on, I'm going to wind up at the road down there. So that means I got to walk all the way back up here to get in that side by side. So I'm kind of bummed because I'm tired. It's been a long day. Family's on their way home if they're not already at the house, and I've been working up here all day. It has been raining most of the day. I am soaked to the bone. Even though I'm wearing a waterproof jacket, those pants are not waterproof. They say they're waterproof. They're not waterproof. So I'm almost done. Once I get the last lateral done, then we can start testing the lines to make sure that our main lines don't have any leaks. Then we can do some cleaning and then get into the barn to start our maintenance. I say started, I've already done a lot of our maintenance, but to make sure everything is working properly so we can, get ready for maple season. The next operation we have here in the woods is going to be tapping. And honestly, that's going to take a long time. I usually allow 5 to 7 days of 8 to 10 hour days to get everything tapped. Tapping seems like it would be the easiest thing in the world. And you get out here and sometimes the bears have already come back through and chewed up a line, so you got to fix them as you go because you can't have any leaks. In future videos, we're going to talk about our monitoring system. That's how we identify leaks in this bush, and it's really, really cool. So let's get this last lateral done and go down and hang out with the family. What we're looking at is the north central line, not the one right here in front of the camera, but off a bit. It looks a little bit thicker. And we have made it from the top up there all the way over to our right here, down to where we are on this last tree. This is a transition point that takes this across the road and then dumps the water into that main line over there. At this point in the day, it's been a long day, guys. been on the mountain since about 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning. It's almost 5 o'clock. This is my very last drop to put in. Now, that doesn't mean we can't go get some more trees over there, which we could, but right now, my family just got home, and I'm gonna put these drops in, and I'm gonna climb back up to my side-by-side and go down and enjoy my family. We're gonna have a two-handed tool here. We're going, well, make sure you get your cutting device up. We're gonna take our two-handed tool, put it on either side of the drop, clamp it down, cut the drop out. The drop goes around your neck. Get your next drop. We call it lick it and stick it because that's what you got to do to make this thing work really well. You got to get it in there just right, or if it doesn't seat, you're going to have a problem. And right now, I'm having a problem just getting it. There we go. Yep, there it is. So now, release your clamps, set your seat in, and then this one is done. We want to reposition the line. Oh, there we go. I don't like that. I like that. All right, so I don't like that. There we go. Ha, much better. So the new one's in place. The new one's in place. The old one's around my neck. We're going to take and dispose of it. Still got to do that one. So I did a video about how to use this tool, and I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. So as I walk back up, I'm going to hold on to the line for two reasons. One, I'm going to continue to check to make sure I don't have any bear bites. And number two, it's going to act like a rope and help me get me back up to the top. I'm probably 100, 200 meters up, and there's where my side-by-side is. So normally I would go down a lateral, come back up, down a lateral, come back up. But this being the last lateral, and it worked out this way where we ended up down here at the very end. Not a problem. I'm glad we're done. Uh-oh. Nope. Goodness, guys, that was pretty darn steep. I'm guessing a lot of folks have sugar bushes on mountains, and I'm guessing they probably have some steep sections like we do. As far as I'm concerned, mine is really steep. I made it back up to the side-by-side. Now it's time to get the gear off, get ready to have it staged in the barn so it can dry out and be ready for the next day that I'm in the bush. We're not quite done with work in the woods, but we are done getting all our drops in, and that is just a big weight off my shoulders. So the next thing that we have to do, guys, is hook up the monitoring system. I'm gonna do a video on that pretty soon to show you how we electronically monitor our trees. In order to do that, we've got to wait a couple of days so that the sensors can charge, and then we're gonna go put them into the woods. After that, our system should be completely tight. That's when we turn on our vacuum, let the vacuum come up on the entire system, and we go back in the bush again to start looking for leaks. I'm pretty sure we got some leaks in the main lines at different places, and that requires a different kind of a repair. But once we do that, we'll definitely show you how that works and spend a little time with you there doing that. When the vacuum system's on, it's going to determine if we have any leaks in the whole sugar bush. And those kind of repairs are a little bit different than like a two-handed tool kind of repair or a single-handed tool repair. It requires a much bigger tool and stainless steel fittings. So if we have some leaks, I'll show you how we repair them and what that's like. But for the time being, we are done for the day. So my family just got back in town, and it's time to go have dinner with them and get ready to do the chores for the evening. Guys, I want to say thank you for watching our videos. We really do appreciate it. Consider giving us that thumbs up. And guys, comments are really helpful. You know, we don't know it all. We're learning every single day. And that's probably part of the fun of sharing some of our videos with you, because we share some of our successes and we share a lot of our losses and our mistakes too. So we appreciate you watching our videos. And until next time, God bless you guys. Guys, one of the things I learned early on was never ride around the farm unless all your gear is secure. Can't tell you how many times something's popped out the back of this thing and I had to go back on the mountain and find it. You guys might have seen a video with Stony Ridge farmer Josh, and this is the point that you guys might have seen a video by Stony Ridge farmer Josh. He came out to the farm one day, and this is the spot that we did some work on. It wasn't even a week later before the bears got it and chewed it up. In the beginning of that video, we drove up this hill backwards because I knew that I couldn't come around to my right because of all our maple lines. So instead of backing down this hill, I backed up the hill and then we drove down it. What a blast. It was an absolute blast. I really appreciate Josh coming out and doing that video for us. We had such a great time. Now, guys, I'm not gonna be able to hold the camera and go down. This thing is super, super steep, so I am gonna sign off for now.